Hi guys, hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe. So tonight's dinner, really simple one tonight, as I've got a few ingredients done that I did for the jerk chicken, and I've got a few things to use up in the fridge. So I've got my chicken here, which has been marinating for 24 hours. That's chicken thighs, skinless, deboned chicken thighs. The marinade is the same as the jerk chicken marinade, which I did a couple of days ago. We're just going to cook it at a slightly higher temperature so we blacken it a bit more. So tonight's dish is going to be blackened chicken with some, I was going to do it with wild rice, couldn't get my hands on wild rice, so I've got some red rice here. We're going to do some sauteed tomatoes with some coriander seeds, some Nigella seeds, and we're going to wilt some rocket, as I didn't have any spinach, so I'm utilising what I've got in the fridge. And then we're going to finish off with some spring onions, some walnuts, and some fresh coriander. So packed full of wonderful stuff, packed full of spices, everything good for you, lots of well-being going on here. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on. I've washed my rice in cold water. I've just put that on my rice steamer over in the back there. So for the chicken, so again for the chicken guys, these are our skinless and boneless chicken thighs that have been marinated overnight in the jerk chicken marinade that I made on Monday, I think it was. So we're going to pop these in a tray, and then we're going to roast these for about 15 minutes, guys. Because the oven's really high, it's at like 220, it's going to take less cooking time, but we really want to sort of like blacken the outside of the chicken. So chicken on the tray. I like to put my chicken, guys, on a trivet like so the heat comes from the bottom as well, so they're not boiling in their own. So chicken on the tray, and this marinade smells even better than it did 2 days ago. It smells great, guys. All the chilies are coming through, the spices are coming through. It really smells really fresh. So I'm going to pop that in the oven. That's going to take 15 minutes at 220 degrees. My cherry tomatoes here, it's possibly about 300 grams of Ditterini cherry tomatoes there. So I'm just going to cut the tomatoes in half and then get them ready for we're going to saute them with some rocket. Again, I would normally use spinach, but I've got some rocket to use up. But again, guys, wilted rocket, any sort of wilted lettuce, like I said before, really good and really underrated. Again, we're going to roast that with some Nigella seeds and some coriander seeds, and we're just going to blister that tomatoes and wilt the rocket. Just going to cut some spring onions to garnish the top of our chicken tonight. So with the spring onion, I've just cut off the top, and I've just removed one layer of the skin, because sometimes the outer layer can get a bit dry. So I've removed the outer layer. I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to cut it at probably a 45-degree angle, so I'll get those really, really nice sort of angled slices. But I let my knife do the work, guys. So I want really, really fine shards of spring onion. Again, keep your fingers in, guys, and let your knife do the work, like so. And then what we get is we just get these nice little sort of like angled bits of spring onion. Hi guys, welcome back. So the rice is looking great. It's coming along nicely. The chicken smells awesome. Probably got about 7-8 minutes in that, but it smells fantastic, guys. I can't stress enough how good this smells. So we're going to start working the blistered tomatoes and the wilted rocket. So we're just going to take a hot pan, guys, not too hot, olive oil, and then we're going to add the coriander seeds and the Nigella seeds to the oil. And we're just going to release some of that oils within that spices, just for a couple of seconds, guys. So tomatoes, probably got about 300 grams of cherry tomatoes here. That's going to go in there. And again, guys, we're just blistering the tomatoes. We're just breaking them down slightly. A little bit of salt in there. Moulding as always, guys. And some pepper. So once they're slightly blistered, like so, just going to add some rocket, guys. But again, if you've got spinach, use spinach, guys. I just happen to have some rocket to use up in the fridge. Right, done. We're just going to wilt that down a little bit, like so. And the heat that's left in the pan will just wilt that rocket. Welcome back. So I've just took the chicken out of the oven. It smells lovely. You see, it's just sort of blackened there. That's the colour I'm looking for. Beautiful. So our rice is ready. And we're good to dress. So we're going to start with the red rice. And again, guys, the red rice, it's I did try to get wild rice. Couldn't get any wild rice, but I had some red rice in my cupboard from the other week there. So red rice. So some red rice on there. Beautiful. So chicken, guys, we're probably gonna go with 2 slices of chicken here. Chicken smells great, guys. It smells phenomenal. Okay, chicken on. Here's the tomatoes with the wilted rocket. But again, if you've got spinach, use spinach. So I can smell the coriander coming through. I can smell the Nigella seeds coming through. Just gives a nice little bit of colour to the dish, you know. A little bit of red, a little bit of green. Smells great. And you can smell that toasted coriander seeds as well. Beautiful. So I'm going to add a bit of texture to this as well, guys. I'm going to add some walnuts. About 5 walnuts per person. Again, I had some walnuts in the cupboard. So I'm cooking 4 tonight, so it's about 5 walnuts per person. Right, walnuts on. Just gonna add a little bit of seasoning to that chicken. A little bit of seasoning on there, guys. Some spring onions. Here's the spring onions that I cut earlier on. Just get some spring onions on there. Beautiful. And as always, fresh coriander. It's got to be done. As I've got it, fresh coriander on there. And this smells really fresh, guys. You know, it's full of antioxidants. It's good for you. It's all about well-being. It's all about staying healthy during lockdown. But also, equally important to utilize the ingredients we've got in the fridge as well. So coriander on there. Just going to finish up with a drizzle of olive oil. And there we have it, guys. So that is my blackened chicken with red rice, blistered tomatoes with wilted rocket, Nigella seeds, coriander, walnuts and spring onions. So it's good night from me. It's God bless, stay home, stay safe and cook at home. It smells great. I'm gonna really enjoy this. Good night.